So once you've cut out all your pattern pieces and you've cut away the darts after cutting that curve away from your bag, we're going to sew the darts on your lining pieces. So there'll be 2 of these and 2 of your outers. And we do that by putting right sides together, folding right sides together and line up the edges of your dart there. And then if you just measure, it can be sort of 1/2 centimetre or 1 centimetre, but I'm going to draw these as a centimetre line away from the raw edge of the dart where it's met right sides together. And you can see that it runs right off the edge of the fabric where it's folded together. So that here, I'll draw that in pen, that here is the point of our dart. So if you measure, say, 1 centimetre from this point and then 1 centimetre from there, you'll make sure you get a nice straight line. And then the way you put in the dart is we go to the machine and we're going to put the groove, the gap of the foot on here to sew a straight line following the line that you've drawn. So you start in reverse at the edge of the fabric, and then with the dart, you're just going to run off the edge of your fabric where the point is. And with a dart, you don't reverse backwards because it can make it bulky. It doesn't matter too much with bags. If you're doing it in a garment, you definitely don't want to reverse into it. But if you just let your needle come off, and then what we do is tie the threads together to stop that coming undone. So I'll demonstrate that on the machine. So that's just one dart, one side of the dart. Once I've sewn that, I mean, you can pin them and do them all at the same time. I'll also fold and mark the other side of the dart, but that's the gap where I have the dart. I folded right sides together and drawn that line coming off at the point of the dart. You want to put some pins in to hold it, you can. And then, like I said, on the sewing machine, I'm going to groove the gap of the foot. I'm going to put on the line that I've drawn, put my foot down, roll my needle in. So just check you're on straight stitch, mid stitch length, about 2.5, and then I just start and reverse, and then carry on all the way along that line that I've drawn. I actually come off at the edge of the fabric, needle out, don't reverse, pull gently and cut there. And then where you've reversed the stitch, you can cut threads. Here, where you've come off and you've not reversed them, we need to tie that off so it doesn't come undone. So I'll just separate the stitches there with the pin. And then if you, a little trick with darts, if you put a pin in at the point of the dart and then tie your knot around the back of that, it just stops it puckering if you pull the knot too tight, if you've got a pin in the point of the dart there. So I'm just tying that in a knot to secure it. Tie around the pin there so it didn't pull too tight, snip the end, take my pin out, and that's the first dart at the bottom of the lining there. And then you can press that on the iron and you've just got that bit of depth there now that's going to be round the side of the bag. Press your seam allowances towards the bottom of the bag and you'll have a little dart that just gives some depth there. So you'll repeat that for all the other darts. So you'll do 2 on each lining piece, that will be 4, and then the same on the outer. So you'll be sewing 8 darts all together.